It's match day 5 of the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024 with the New York Strikers up against Punjab Royal. The Strikers are on a 2-match winning streak. Lahiru Tiramane was the star performer in their last game against Delhi Devils. Punjab Royal are coming off a big win against Rajasthan Kings last Sunday. It was Dwayne Smith's blistering knock of 62 that powered the Royals' 7-wicket victory. Both teams have big names and bigger ambitions as they aim to stamp their authority in this League of Legends. Yes, the tournament moves on to match number 8, the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. We've got Dan Christian, who's skippering the New York Strikers against Tilakaratne Dilshan's Punjab Royal. No Yuvraj with the captain's badge today. Yuvraj is taking a rest. This is another match where the brutal sun will have its say in the afternoon. So the Strikers are leading the table with a very healthy net run rate. They've won 2 out of 2. The Dubai Giants in second, 2 out of 3. And Punjab Royal, they've won their first as well. So these teams are the 2 unbeaten teams in the tournament. Something must give. At the toss, it was Dan Christian who actually won the toss when the coin did eventually decide to stop rolling. Pradeep Jayaprakash, the match referee, giving a good ball follow. But Dan Christian won the toss. Strikers, he said, will bat first. So the Strikers, lots of changes here, and 5 changes in all. Yuvraj is out, Alviro Peterson, Isuru Udana, Nuwan Pradeep and Rahul Sharma. And in comes Ricardo Powell, Narsingh Deonarayan, Suleiman Ben, the tall left-arm spinner, Jerome Taylor and Dhaka Prasad. And Dan Christian is captain of the side in place of Yuvraj. And of course, Tiramane in great form with that cultured 90. Now, Kusala, let's have a look at this team, the Punjab Royal.
Well, they've almost gone with the same team that played in the previous game where they beat the Rajasthan Kings. But just one change. Neil Broom, the New Zealander, comes in, and out goes Dilshan Munavira from that playing 11. But look at that. It's a good balanced side.
Yeah, it is Smith and Dilshan in form, and the pitch, also the pitchers have been in great form. I really believe that we've had a high quality selection of pitchers for this tournament, and that should be a rather decent strip for us. Not only that, but look at that, looks like a pristine snooker table here in the center of Pallakeli, amongst the mountains. It is absolutely beautiful. It's pristine. Right, now, just a little earlier, my learned friend alongside caught up with Dan Christian.
Good afternoon, Dan. How are you feeling?
Pretty good, thanks. Quite warm out here.
And how has the 90-ball format been treating you?
Really enjoyed it. It doesn't feel too different to 2020 cricket. You can see how the power play kind of works, and then you have that sort of middle period where the spinners get involved and the medium paces, and then you've got the death stuff. So it actually doesn't feel too different, and it's nice to not have to field for that extra overs.
All right, how has it been playing back in Sri Lanka here?
Loved being back here. I haven't been here for a bit over 10 years now. Last time I was here was for the 2020 World Cup. So really enjoying it. I love the culture, I love the food, and this has actually been my first time to Kandy, so I'm enjoying that as well.
So 2 games and 2 wins for you all. How do you plan for the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, boys have started really, really well, and we've had lots of different contributions from all over the team. Tiramane was fantastic last game. Our bowlers have stood up in the other games as well. Udana was great last game too. So yeah, it's nice that we've got that depth and everyone's been contributing.
All right, we wish you all the very best for the future of the tournament.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's good. He's in good fettle, Dan Christian, and it's Yuvraj who's having a rest today, Yuvraj Singh. And I think that's really the nature of this event, that you're going to have some players who are going to sit out the afternoon game, because Dilshan said to me at the toss, he said, this is hotter here than he can ever remember. But I said, well, you would be the one to know, not me. But it does feel very hot and very energy sapping. and that's why we're having changes. So one of the in-form batters in this tournament is Dwayne Smith. He's talking to Kosala.
Good afternoon, Dwayne. So you played around the world with many formats, but this is a totally new format. So how has the adjustment been to this?
I'm still learning it, but I think it's very interesting, and it's a good initiation to the cricket. So it's good to see it, and I hope that can go around the world. It's a shorter version, and I think a lot of us older guys will love it as well.
So how's your preparation been? Because you've been playing cricket recently, is it?
Yeah, I've been playing cricket home. I think I've been playing non-stop from October, so not really a problem for me. I'm just trying to get accustomed to this heat, but it's good. So it's cricket.
You're talking about the heat, the long innings the previous day. How did you go through it?
I think yesterday I had a good long rest, so I'm quite good. The most important thing now is the 5 back-to-back games that we have to play.
So how's the whole feeling in the team? Because you have your friends playing with you, you have your counterparts, you have your rivalries playing with you.
Yeah, it's good. I think we all gel together very good, and I hope that will continue. And the team is upbeat, so I'm sure that we can go out there and do well.
So do enjoy your game and the rest of the tournament. All the best to you.
Thank you.
Yeah, Dwayne Smith in good form. He's always a star attraction when he gets going. He hits the ball very, very hard. So just to confirm that the strikers, who've won 2 out of 2 and they're leading the table, have won the toss and they're batting first. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. When you look at their batting, Chadwick Walton, Lahiru Tiramane, Ricardo Powell, Narsingh Deonarayan and Dan Christian. And there's plenty of batting in there. Even Colin de Grandhomme, who comes in late in the order, and Chamara Kapgedra as well. So there's so much batting here. And Punjab Royal, well, Dilshan's team, their bowlers are going to have to get amongst them, and it could be a good contest, this.
Yes, Alan, Rahat Ali will be the bowler that they will look for, the left-armer, the tall lad. He did had a decent outing in the previous game. Cummins also bowled decently well. Searles, I thought, started off well, but it's the spinners who will be interested. Upulindra series, been a lot of domestic cricket in Sri Lanka, so he will exactly know how the pitchers will behave. We didn't see Anton Twitch ball. Now this is Lahiru Tiramane. What a knock he had yesterday, isn't it? And that strike rate is 118. But the way he went, I thought that strike rate is much better.
Yeah, well, that's his career strike rate, and you know he's. But the fact is, he dropped anchor, and he cemented the innings, which. You know, for players coming in like Anton Devzic to come in later down the order, he's naturally a hard hitter, as is Chadwick Walton, whose strike rate is 123. No 100 on there. This is T20, mind. But we are talking about a tournament that features 15 over innings, 90 balls. I do believe that's going to be Javon Searles. In his T20 career, his economy is okay, it's 8.8, but you were mentioning Rahat Ali. Rahat 2 for 21 in his 24 balls in the previous match. His economy is 5.25. He's the best for all bowlers so far. So Rahat Ali, the Pakistani, is doing really well. Very hot. There is a breeze today across going across the ground, which is always welcome on a very hot day like today. Strikers then have won the toss. They're batting first. They're the tournament leaders. 2 wins out of 2. Chadwick Walton will take the first ball, and it's going to be Javon Searles, the West Indian.
Let's play.
So let's play, says the umpire. Let's play. Short and absolutely dismissed for 6. First ball. Is that a sign of things to come?
Well, well, well. What a start for the strikers. Now, Chadwick Walton will be very keen to get him on the runs because he's not really had a good outing so far. There you go. Take a look at this. Short. Just stood up. He had all the time in the world to put that over mid-wicket. Good start for the strikers.
That's a horrible first ball. I mean, you do your warm-ups and everything else. That is no more than a loosener. It's almost like you've got a key in your concentration, your powers of concentration. So Javon Sills has put himself under great pressure here. Yeah, just a difference of about 3 feet in length, and it means that you go into the, you don't go into the stands for 6.
Could come back to this is the dugout of the strikers, looking very, very relaxed, isn't it? 2 wins of 2. They got off to a flying start again. Definitely in good control at the moment to the tournament.
It's gone short again, and it's the same result. Don't bowl there, Javon. That is a big hit.
This is poor stuff. This is poor stuff. Again, a long hop. And Chadwick Walton will put that into orbit any day.
You'd be far better just pitching it further up, and then you can set your field, have a long off. Well, there you go. That's what he's been thinking about doing.
He comes back with a good delivery, isn't it? His comeback delivery. But then again, he drops one short the next one, and that disappears. The strikers have the highest score in the tournament so far as well, 185.
Might be a wide, this one. It's just gone too much. He doesn't like it. Javon Sills. He's got tricks. He's got a nice repertoire, but banging the ball in halfway down is not going to do him much good, nor his team. It's too wide. Again, it's offering the chance to hit the ball. And these boundaries have come square of the wicket. And that just tells you he's bowling badly here.
Again, this time Walton reached for it outside the off, but he knew that the fielders in the 30-yard circle, he only had to get it over the top. And that just... so this has been a wonderful start. 17 from the first 5.
That's the one he could have done with first ball. 17 from the first. Strikers have got off to a whirlwind start. 17 from the first over. Chadwick Walton, Lahiru Tiramane, Narsingh Dinarayan, Arsela Gunaratne, Dan Christian, Chamara Kabagedra, Ricardo Powell, Colin de Grandin. My goodness, they've had a long way down. Now here's Rahat Ali, Pakistan, left arm medium pace. He'll swing it like that. He gets genuine swing, and that's why he's got a third man down on the fence to the left-hander.
So Rahat Ali starts off well, but he's not got any protection down at sweeper covers. He's got his 2 men at third man and deep square, but he needs to be a little bit closer to the stumps. We can't just afford to bowl at that line, Alan, because that will definitely go. Now we've got a slip in place.
Or bowled. Yeah, that's good shape to Tiramane. And I like the fact that Dilshan put himself at slip, because he knows that if you're going to make an early strike, getting rid of Tiramane is would be good for the side.
There you go, Tiramane, the hand coming off. The bottom hand. Now let's see what Walton has with Rahat Ali. The field changing for the right hand. Again, we got this. Now we got a sweeper cover for him and a deep square. So the fine leg and third man is inside the ring.
Midland, leg.
Oh, that's well bowled. That is really well bowled. Chadwick Walton didn't know an awful lot about that swinging delivery.
You can't set a field for that, isn't it? That's a very good ball. That one swung back into him. He just got enough bat on that. He's looking to go through the offside, but the edge gets him a boundary because the third man was up in the circle.
It's very frustrating. I think he wants his third down. Yeah. So only 2 fielders allowed out in the first 4 overs. So deep point will come back into the circle on the left of your picture there. He comes into the circle, and his third man will go down. It's a difficult one for captains in the start when the ball is brand new. Our bowlers who swing the ball, and you've got to try and cover all bases. Very difficult to set your field.
Yep, that's quite right. But I'm very interested in the New York Strikers batting line. We haven't seen Colin de Graham bat yet in this tournament. He bats around maybe number 7, 8.
Hits the ball a mile. Should be gone. Should be gone. Indra Siri takes a simple catch, and that's the end of Tiramane.
So the hero of the previous game has to depart. He's trying to go over mid-on because mid-on was in the circle. But again, good bowling from Rahat Ali. And Lahiru Tirimana departs caught in the Siri, bowled Rahat for 1. It's 23 for 1.
Put in a slip. Get. Second slip, second. Go ahead. That's for this ball.
New man in is Ricardo Powell from Jamaica, who's played 109 one-day internationals for West Indies, including a century and 5 T20s, T20Is. Strike rate is low at 92 in his T20 career, but don't worry about that. Ricardo Powell can hit the ball a long way. This time, Tiramane not timing the ball at all. And then, yeah, the other day that was going for 4 or 6. Oh, is the slip? Yes, he's there, Dilshan, and it's 4. Could have been another wicket. 27 for 1. Tiramane is gone, caught at mid-on off Rahat Ali. Chadwick Walton is looking in destructive mode. So we got 2 West Indians in the middle and the West Indian bowling. Javon Searles, whose first over cost him 17. He's got to redeem himself here.
Foul? I don't have ABP.
Goodness me. What a clout that is. It's gone a long way up and a long way in distance. That is another 6, the 3rd for Chadwick Walton.
Well, it got the distance and the height as well. Oh, that was just smashed down the ground. Real power from Chadwick Walton.
It's a wide. I don't think he actually connected properly with that. I think that it didn't come out of the very sweet spot of the bat. That's the scary thing about Chadwick Walton. Highly destructive. He's got enough on this though. Height and distance. Upish. And it's 4-ish. In fact, it's 6-ish. We'll take 6. Chadwick Walton dealing in 6s, and he's got 4 of them.
This is what, let's take a look at this again. Wide outside the all-stump, and Chadwick Walton just throws his arms at it. Gets good connection. That's the key. Now, Dan Christian did mention at the interview that it's nice to see that he'll get one. He did mention that various players stood up in the when it was needed, and so that's what's happening here. Today is Chadwick Walton's day.
1, 2 legs.
When it's as hot as this, and when you've got a tournament where you need squad, you need a squad selection policy. That's why you need 20 people, 15, 16, and you're not. Someone like Tiramani is not going to perform every match, and so it's important. And he's made a very good point there. And in comes Ricardo Powell, and this start is incredible. Oh, that's close. Has he got a bit of bat on it?
Good shape, good shape.
And he's signifying to the umpire that he did. Balls have been bowled, and strikers 41 for 1. Better. It's fuller length, but it's 4. Javon Searles might have to take a bit of a rest here because he's way too expensive. Just doesn't know where to pitch it.
You got boys.
Really expensive. He's gone for 35 in 11 deliveries. It's going to be very costly for the Punjab Royal team. 45. We're only into the 3rd over. We are not at the end of the 3rd over. There's one more delivery to go. So this is one of the best starts you would see.
Yeah, I'm afraid for Chadwick, I beg your pardon, for Javon Searles, it's been full or desperately short. Full swinging. That's better. That's better. They're appealing for this. Dilshan thinks there's a nick here. Umpire said not out. 3 gone, 45 for 1.
Wow.
45 for 1, New York Strikers. Now they were very confident here. They thought there was an edge here. They went up. It was not to be. The umpire didn't think so. Just played at it. He was confident. Raat Ali's gone for 10. Nicely worked away on the onside. There is somebody on the boundary. There is a fielder. Chadwick Walton, HD, has been good. 2 4s and 4 6s already. 35 of 12.
Gee, you drive a hard bargain. Good. That's unbelievable. That's 3 a ball that he's going at. Well, he needed to take up the reins after the early dismissal of Tirimano, who was the hero in their previous game. I do think they look a good side, this New York Strikers team. Very well balanced, lots of power.
That's a wide. I mean, sadly a little bit off colour. Sirs have gone for 35 of 2. Rahat Ali, he's got a wicket, but he's been a little bit off target. Radar hasn't really been on. Few deliveries down the leg side as well. Now that's another wide. Now, Dubai, they did get the fastest team 50 of 26 balls against Colombo. The Dubai Giants against Colombo Lions. The New York Strikers are well on the way to try and break that team target. 47 for 1 of 19 balls. Down to deep mid wicket. This might run away to the boundary. It does, and that's the 50. And it is the fastest team 50. New York Strikers have got it in just 20 balls.
That's an exceptional batting performance so far from these two. Again with the swing, this is just drifting down the leg side. So just up and away through mid-wicket. John Kent was right. He was out there in the middle earlier and he spoke about the pitch and he said this looks like a good batting surface. There's more grass on it. It's not as dry as what we had yesterday.
Over the top, not in control, but it may run away to the boundary. Good effort, he can't stop it. Back-to-back boundaries, turning out to be the best power play so far in the Legends Cricket Trophy.
Place taken off. He was looking to go over mid-off. Might have gone a touch squarer than what he really wanted it to, but it was the lack of pace which led to him not finding the middle of the bat. But these are risks worth taking inside the power play. Only 3 deliveries remain of it.
This time, well bowled. Well bowled. That's pretty wide and full dot ball. You see the surface where the first game was played, and that surface was very good. Yesterday, the second game, we did see the ball was not coming on. It was a bit slow. Batting wasn't easy, batting second. But here, it looks a very good surface. 2 balls to go in the power play. Square leg out on the boundary, 3rd out of the boundary. Left arm over the wicket. Swings it back into the right-hander. That's swinging again. That's another wide.
Yeah, yesterday's surface was an interesting one. I know you mentioned it was dry and proved to be difficult for batting, but when Ben Dunk was at the wicket in the evening game, it looked as though it was an absolute national highway. It looked very easy for batting. But when others came into bat, it looked as though it was a different surface that they were playing on. I would like to think it was more the decision-making and the options that were taken by those late-order batters that led to that loss by the Lions. They should have won that easily. Ended up losing it comfortably.
More runs. Might be a couple. In fact, they're happy with 1. Oh no, that's not good fielding. That is not good fielding.
Come on, lads.
He did all the hard work, went around, just couldn't stop it.
He's not having the best of days, Javon Searles. 0 for 35 in his 2 overs, and then this is just a dawdle for a single that turns into a boundary. No, I'm sure his luck will change.
Certainly, we've seen that happen to players. Mpofu was a very good example yesterday. Went for a lot of runs in the first over. Came back strongly. This time, 4 more. Well, it is complete dominance. 64 for 1 at the end of the power play. Right, now these are the top power play scores. Colombo Lions made 47 and Rajasthan Kings 46, both against the Samp Army. The New York Strikers also figuring there. But here, they've gone away, they've run away with it, the power play, 64 for 1. Scoring at 16 runs, a ridiculous 16 runs and over of the first 24 balls in this 90-ball game. Upul Indrasiri went for a few runs in the previous game, but came back with those 2 wickets, 2 for 33. Coming on with a bit of protection with the fielding restrictions off.
Easy, easy.
Single of the first ball.
Indrasiri, 2 for 33. That was his best in the previous game.
Tends to push the ball through a little bit quicker.
Well,
I think Turner,
very
not
well
that the
ball,
surfaces
very well
have
ball.
spun or turned, it has just come onto the bat, but it's about the skill of the bowler, about the variety that he could do or bring into the game. Good use of the feet. That's a powerful stroke on the bounce. Oh, well done. Well done at long off. That was good fielding.
Good stop.
Miguel Cummins. This is tricky for Cummins at long off because it bounces quite close to him, but he does well. He gets his body behind it.
Oh, that's the one that came in with the arm. Pushed it through quicker.
Well ball, very well ball.
It's also the angle. I think Indrasiri goes wide of the crease. Don't know whether he was looking to undercut it or deliberately brought it in with the seam, but still followed the right-hander. So far 3 or 4. Again,
Well ball, very well ball.
quicker. Now he needs to finish well. This is a great comeback. This is a great over after that dominant power play by the New York Strikers. Oh, lucky. Gave himself room. Finishers with the dot. It's a good over from Upul Indrasiri. 30 balls done. 67 for 1.
Waddy, do you want me to go there or are you good? You have me?
That over, that 5th over, looks dwarfed compared to those big buildings in the power play of the New York Strikers innings. That's the kind of over Punjab Royal wanted. They needed some control. They needed to kind of come back a little bit. Miguel Cummins. 7 wickets. That economy hovering around the 9 mark. Best of 3 for 19. So he's got a square leg and a long on, 3rd, deep extra cover and a long off the 5 fielders. Oh, what a shot that is. That's gone all the way, I think, for 6. Great stroke.
If you were asked to draw a picture of a batter from the Caribbean, this is the picture that you would draw.
Yeah, the first name that comes to my memory is Gordon Greenwich. Seen him play quite a few shots like that. And then, yeah, you're right, lots of Caribbean players love that just flick off their hip. Almost like a ballet dance on one leg. Beautifully done, just whipping it. So much of power. That's better.
Just to think that these strikers have made 5 changes to their team. Ricardo Powell's one of them that comes in. He's at the non-strikers end at the moment. Dianaran also from the Caribbean. Suleiman Ben from the Caribbean. Jerome Taylor, the fast bowler, also. And then Damika Prasad. So the only thing that you would be fearful for them is the leaving out of their two big fast bowlers who've been so good. Goes again and finds the boundary.
That's another boundary. They got 10 of the first 3. I think just talking about the point you made about those changes. There's another look. Just take a look at this shot. Very similar to the previous one. Didn't get the elevation as much as they did the previous one, but the execution pretty similar. But in terms of changes, I think this could be a pattern going into the tournament, because lots of tired bodies, back-to-back games, and there'll be a lot of resting. Yuvraj Singh, for example, not playing today.
Yeah, good, Dilly, good, Dill.
Walton 47 of 18. He's made 3 4s and 5 6s, striking at a phenomenal 261 per 100 balls.
I'm backing him. I'm backing him to go to the top of the list. Robin Uthappa sits at the top, fastest 50, 22 balls. He's got a few.
Oh, that stayed down. That stayed down. That very nearly brushed the bail. It was short. It was short enough to pull, I thought, but just stayed down. Not sure whether the ball really arrived. He appeared to be through with the shot. Last ball of the over. Oh, ball 36.
Wait, very good. No, come on.
They've got a single. So they made 11 of that over. 36 balls or 6 overs. 78 for 1, New York Strikers.
Dev, you want to do that one?
So at the moment, 9 4s and 5 6s in the 78 of New York Strikers. Now that is 36. 9 4s would mean 36. 5 6s would mean 66 runs out of 78 in boundaries.
Well bowled, very well
That's
bowled.
a rarity. That is a definite rarity. I haven't seen this shot in this tournament.
You should have watched last night. Robbie Fryling did it twice in 2 balls, needing 26 off the final over.
Maybe I missed it.
Well bowled, very
Maybe
well
I was
bowled.
working. I was walking around the boundary going for that post-match presentation, so I missed it. But this was the first, I thought, with Walton making 49 of 22 and a rare forward defence. When all he was intent was scoring boundaries and 6s. Fired in again by Indra. This is a good spell. His first over went for 4. Oh, gone. Indra City strikes. Powell was looking to go downtown. That ball came in with the arm, went between bat and body.
He's been the pick of the bowlers on show this afternoon, Indra Seri. He's varied his pace. He's bowled a great length. So difficult to find boundaries off that length that Powell decided he needed to come down the wicket. Didn't get to the pitch. Easy stumping. That partnership needed to be broken. Indra Seri did it. 79 for 2.
Yuvraj Singh Dionarine is the new batter. 2 balls to go in the over, 40 balls bowled. This is a good comeback, tell you, by Punjab Royal.
Boss. Dilshan.
A left-hander.
Slip.
Yuvraj Singh on arrive. He'll take on the left-arm spin now. There was a run rate of 16 runs in the power play. Now that run rate has been knocked down to under 12. That's mainly because Upul Indrasiri has bowled 10 deliveries and conceded just 4 runs and got a wicket. He's got a slip in now. Coming over the wicket. Straight away that time he was searching for some spin, I thought. Bowled a bit slower on the off stump to the left-hander. Well, take a look at this. This is Powell. He was looking to charge. He was looking to go straight over long off. Look at him. Way down the pitch. Eventually turned out to be a pretty easy stumping for Oja, who made no mistake. Last ball of the 7th over. Swung away on the leg side. He spoils the over. Gets to his 50 of 23 balls. Walton, the second quickest 50 in the Legends Cricket Trophy. It is 84 for 2 of 42 balls, New York Strikers.
Thank you, guys. Having a look. 22 balls, Robin Uthappa earlier on in the piece, and now Chadwick Walton. He's lit it up now. 23 balls. Outstanding.
There you go. Second fastest 50 of the LCT 2024. Robin Uthappa has the quickest of 22. Chadwick Walton's made of 23, but 5 50s in all.
Dilshan into the attack, stop to the dot. Does he? A misfield. I tell you what, he is somehow it's got past him. That extra cover. Not the best piece of fielding there, and they've been under pressure throughout. The skipper thought, I'm going to just take it on myself here and make things right. They've been travelling at just under 12 to the over. This is a good wicket, of course, but some of the fielding and bowling hasn't been on the highest standard, and they'll be a bit disappointed. They're ringing the changes. Fielders are moving around. Can he take a few more wickets in this middle section?
Come on.
Quick single, comfortably home.
Come, boys.
I think what Dilshan might have been encouraged is by the way Upul Indrasiri has been bowling, because he's just gone for 11 runs from he's gone for 8 runs from his 12 deliveries. So that might have encouraged Dilshan. Okay, let me try a few of my off spin.
Oh, I tell you, that's the first time we've seen a delivery really turn sharply, and Dianaran just got to the crease, plays and miss, and that is a brilliant delivery from Dilshan. Just gets the one, so he's just trying to find his feet a bit. Dianaran looks a little bit rusty, no doubt. There does happen from time to time, but Walton, he has lit up the Palakeli today. He has struck it absolutely brilliantly from ball one. He has looked in total control a lot of the time, and now he pulls it wide of long on. He marching on here now is Walton. Another boundary. 4 4s and 5 6s in this innings so far.
5 4s and 5 6s. This is amazing, isn't it? You just can't afford to bowl at that length with Walton. He's very severe on it. Look at that power that he packs behind those punches, isn't it?
This time well fielded. 91 for 2. So we've reached that time in the innings where there's going to be a strategic timeout. So the player's going to catch a quick drink. Having a look at the umpire. Yes,
That's right. Confirmed. So that's going to be a strategic timeout. We'll see you shortly. Welcome back to Palakele Stadium, where there has certainly been some fireworks out there in the middle. Walton, he has gone to the second quickest half century of the tournament. Dilshan got runs in the previous game, hold out. And then Powell got out into the centre and played a lovely little cameo, as well as Walton just kept going along his business, kept it so simple, hit it straight. But what this partnership was outstanding. 55 and not many, and they made it look very, very easy. Searles went for 35 in his 2 overs, but the big wicket, Indra-Siri got the stumping. Moja man behind the stumps, and that was the end of Powell. But Walton, there he is, he's still in there. He is striking it beautifully, and they've got the New York Strikers off to a wonderful start. Just 48 deliveries. They are well set, wickets in hand, and they really want to try and make this score count now. Smith.
Oh, well bowled, very well bowled.
Look at that card, John, the batting to come. Couple together a grand home.
Smithy!
You name it, Gunaratna. That's a long batting line.
They've got a real advantage in their side, as you mentioned. They bat really deep. Totally agree with you. Powell come, Janaran getting a bit of a knock, some important time in the middle early in the competition. Got Granholm, Kabukadra, really destructive middle order. I think that sort of bowling could be quite useful here, really, where he just changes the pace, roll the fingers over it, just medium pace, not quick by any means, as he used to be a little bit more skiddy in his younger days, but now just mixing up his pace cleverly.
Yeah, I think he's adjusting according to the surface, because the more the ball comes on, we've seen that he's more comfortable to bat on. John, you out there in the centre, how did the wicket look like?
Flat.
Still
pushing and a run out opportunity. He gets home though. Walton, he's got some wheels. Very, very quick off the mark, and Janaran not really looking to play anything expansive here at the moment. He's basically a bit of tip and run cricket, just bat on ball, getting off strike, but you'll hope Janaran can really try and be a bit more aggressive in his approach, considering the position they're in at the moment.
They got off to a flyer, 94 for 2. You just keep going. Don't lose it.
That's a bit of work to do in the deep. Walton, another boundary for him on the cut shot.
He's been very severe, isn't it? Anything short, square out of the wicket, he's been fantastic. The horizontal bat shots have come in perfectly, whether it's offside or onside. Again, the eagle doesn't try to get closer to the ball, but that swing of the bat, hand-eye coordination, super.
Can be brutal with some of his striking, but also got the finesse, as we saw in that last shot, just guarding it past backward point. Once again, beautiful touch. Threads it through the gap for 4.
$100 comes on the board. Chadwick Walton is marching on here. That wasn't a bad ball, I'll tell you. He played it so late. He waited on it. The placement was absolutely fantastic.
A bit of a moan at the fielder, but it was a great shot. He threaded it through a very small gap between the two fielders at backward point. 67 of 29. Oh, that's a poor delivery. Short, wide down the leg side, and that's 4 wides. This is becoming a massive over.
So he needs to re-ball that, Smith. He's already gone for 16 with that 5 wides. That is, he won't be a happy man, that is for sure. Definitely won't be a happy man. He normally gets through his overs very quickly.
Well
That's
bowled.
better. That's better. He'll get a single, but Smith will be very happy with that. End of the 54th delivery. It's 108 for 2. That's a beautiful shot of the surrounding of Kandy. That river, it serves so much. Now, a few tall buildings at the top, and then that lasts over another tall building.
Oh, that's a boundary. Neither fielder wanted to put the dive in, and they both left it. And it's gone for 4, so the dugout there really enjoying it, finding a bit of amusement at the opposition fielders.
One thing I'm for sure, Dilshan won't be a happy man. But you can't blame the man. Do I get the dive in? That's the question. Do I dive for it?
He's pulled away now. Let's see what they can do in the deep. That's a lot better. Dev said she's the man in the deep. So 64 in the power play. That really set them up to really keep going here. They've got to keep going here. It cannot be bowled out in such a few deliveries remaining. And Walton's just going, he's going to keep going on as he has done. Dionaran really, if he does get on strike, he really needs to be positive here. There's the big shot, and that's what you want to see. He needs to be really positive here, especially when there are loads of men in the dugout as well who are desperate to get out there and swing the willow.
Again, Dilshan getting a hint of turn. Oh, this is good from Dilshan.
Come on!
Oh, very well done. It beats the dive, and that will go down to the boundary. Another 4 to the strikers. They're moving along.
The deftest of touches. It was a good delivery, but he made that adjustment. This did turn quite sharply. Having a look at it, and he just opened the face and went with it really and guided it off the face. And the fielder, unfortunately, if you dive and you don't stop it, there's no stopping it after that. The ball runs for 4. That's his first boundary. A much needed one for Dionaran. Oh, that is a beauty. That's a ripper.
Very well bowled. Go there.
There you go. What a turn. Oh, beauty. That's a beauty.
Oh, very well
That
bowled.
one comes
Beautiful.
in.
Outside.
So you can see that Dilshan is mixing things up. John, it's the end of the over. It's 117 for 2.
stadium of Kandy, the rivers, the lakes, such beauty, natural beauty. Having a quick look at the bowlers, and I'll tell you what, there's only Indusiri who has held his head up high here. The rest have gone a long way. Searles 17.5 and over. Rahat, who's been one of their top seamers, going for almost 15 to the over. The batting power play. Going to heap on the pain here for the Punjab Royal now. Strikers considering who they're going to use now for this over. Dilshan bowled a really decent last over. Some good deliveries going past the outside edge. Caused some problems. But Rahat has been called upon for this highly pressured batting power play. And he's only allowed 3 fielders outside the ring, so they're going to have to place them carefully here, particularly because Walton is on strike. They've gone so far with a deep cover, a steep square leg and a long on. Those are the men boundary riding at the moment.
Now the Punjab Royals, Javon Searles has the biggest over in the power play. 19 runs are taken off him yesterday, or maybe the day that they played the day before. They're coming off an off day. Now, this is an interesting one, John. Like, say, would they prefer to keep on playing, or will they want a break during the tournament? Now, that's what is interesting to see.
Over the top, deep cover coming into picture. Watch the boundary. I think he's touched the boundary. Oh, his hat has. This is going to be very interesting now. Phil Mustard, he took the catch, but did he roll back and disturb the boundary rope?
Well, if he kept himself in, it was a great effort. Let's have a look at it. Yeah, let's. Yeah. Well, his cap goes and hits the
His cap
fence.
falls off and hits the boundary, but he wasn't connected to the cap when the boundary hit the rope. So this is going to be interesting, the third umpire, the TV umpire, what they go with here. But it's a big call, this, because that was Walton who struck that, and this will be a massive wicket for Punjab Royal if they can dismiss him here. So they're having a chat. Another look, well taken, but backpedaling, he couldn't put the brakes on quick enough. But his hat falls off. He hasn't touched the boundary, but the hat fell off and touched the boundary. So that is a very important call here. This is fine margins, this. Maybe his head was rested on the cap, which was on the boundary rope. So here comes the decision. That's out. That's huge. Rahat, he gets the wicket. Really well taken by Mustard in the deep. But Walton, he has certainly entertained us. What a magnificent innings. 73 of 33 balls. The strike is now 118 for 3.
Two leg. Yeah, that's it. And legs up. Extra. Left arm more, side left.
An important wicket brings Dan Christian, the captain for today, to the wicket. Gets himself underway with an inside edge.
Coming back to that topic, Sean, the players love to keep going. It can go both ways, isn't it?
And I do think there's going to need some rotation of these squads throughout, and everyone's going to have to be involved, but almost had the distance. Another couple of centimetres and that would have been 6. Didn't quite middle it, but Mustard had to put the back pedal on. And in the end, that is an absolutely brilliant catch, and the bowlers, something goes their way for once in this innings. It's been tough going. Certainly has been tough going out there for the bowlers, going at 11.5 to the over so far this innings.
This is poor from Rahat Ali. He's getting his radar wrong here. The moment you pick up a wicket, you need to be tight, isn't it? You need to be tight. You need to build that pressure. You've got the big man out, the danger man out. Build that pressure.
So it's time to go down to Ayushi. She's going to be with Ricardo Powell.
It's day 6 of Legends Cricket Trophy, and here again we are witnessing an amazing match between strikers and Royal. Here I have been joined by Ricardo Powell, and you played an amazing innings of 25 runs and 15 balls. Was pitch and condition really in your favor?
Well, I mean, when I went in, Chaddy was always batting well, and I just picked up where he was going, and yeah, the wicket was playing pretty good. It's a little bit slow, but I think you have time to get in, and the bowlers bowl a couple loose ones, so it was much easier for me to really get it and get started.
Early score has always been set to set a big score. We can see 121 already. What should be the target?
Well, I mean, we still have another, I think, 20-something balls to go. So if we can look at around the 180 mark, that will be good, because I think the wicket is still a good batting track. It's turning somewhat, but I think if batsmen get in, they can do some damage. So we're hoping to get within the 180 mark.
Are you missing Yuvraj today?
Yes, I mean, we're always missing Yuvraj. I think we have a pretty strong batting lineup, and it shows that based on what's happening right now. So I think they're just taking a little bit of rest. Hopefully they'll be back tomorrow, but we'll try and see what we can do today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Great to hear from Ayushi. And Ricardo Powell, some thoughts on the wicket. He thinks it's a good one, a little bit on the slow side, but saying that, Dionaran, he's at a 6 and a 4 back to back, so this is becoming a really good over. 14 off it already.
Good. No, that's another boundary. Beautifully done. Full toss. Very well placed by Dionaran. You said he was just a nudger, isn't it?
That's how he started. That's a good comeback. Full and straight, the Yorker. But Ali, he has been their go-to man under pressure. At this over, 3 wides, a wicket, 6 and a 4. It's all happening. MCG.
There you go. This is the beautifully done. Good Yorker. Good comeback delivery.
Last ball on the batting power play. Crisp hit, but no run. So a successful one for the strikers. 131 for 3.
They are looking awesome at the moment. 131 for 3 of 66 balls. Now they're going at almost 2 runs a ball. and they're left with what? They got 90 balls left, so which means they're left with 24 more balls. And what can they make out of it, Wilco? You think they can surpass what they did yesterday, that 180 plus score?
Well, it's odds on, isn't it? Very much Dan Christian can get going here. Hello. The umpire hasn't seen or heard a thing. He's just said that's 2 gone for the over.
Like Dilshan's reaction here. Oh, it's very tough, isn't it? It's very, very tough. Swung away on the leg side. Good effort. Got a hand to it, but won't be able to cut it off. Oh, well done. Brilliant work in the deep. That's Devshish coming around. That is a great effort. Looked like 4 to me.
Goodness me, this is a good effort from the New Zealander, Anton Devsic. This is dragged down by Dilshan. Oh dear, this is close. I'd like to think, but for sheer effort, he's done well. I think he's all right. I think he's done well here.
I think it's a very tight one, but I think for the effort, that's a great effort, and it's millimeters there. Just millimeters. I can't see those boundary boards shaking or anything like that. They're firm. So not sure he touched it. It's a great effort by Devshish. Those triangles are quite still.
Now the third umpire's got to make a call here because the game has got a time limit.
Great effort, really great effort, Anton Devshish. That is a brilliant effort. He ran around and just millimeters, I thought, that he just whipped the ball back. Runs behind point, might run away, I think. It may just beat the fielder. It does. So he's got 6 of the first 3. Dan Christian starting to move.
You can't give Dan Christian width. He loves hitting square of the wicket. He's very strong upper body, strong arms. Javon Searles has had a bit of a day to forget, trying to make amends. That's 4 more. This is a very expensive over being delivered on a plate by Dilshan.
He's got 11 off 4, Dan Christian. In fact, 10 off 4, I beg your pardon. Partnership is 23 of 11. That's short. Hammered away. There's so much of power. And one thing is, this outfield, Wilco, gives you real value.
Yeah, in this continuous heat, day after day, the outfield is getting quicker.
Big one. That's huge. That is into the grass banks. 16 now of 5.
It's an over to forget for Dilshan. 2, 4, 4, now the 6. Big power from Christian. Dan Christian, of course, is captain today. Yuvraj is sitting this one out.
What a shot that was. There was so much of power. That's a wide. So he'll have to re-bowl that. Dilshan, 17 runs of 5. Partnership, 30 of 13.
Well bowled.
This time, they'll be happy with 1, but a big over. 18 runs, 149 for 3 of 72 balls or 12 overs. Starting to get those big buildings in at the right time. Over number 12 or those 6 balls up to the 72nd. They got a massive over in now. Indra Siri has just given. Oh, well done. Well done. Very nearly chopping it onto his stumps. The 150 is up. 73 balls only. That's 12 overs and a ball.
On another day for the bowler, that's clattering into the stumps. Not today. But this big total now has been, the foundation was that extraordinary innings by Chadwick Walton. Got him off to a blistering start.
Well bowled.
Ryan. At the moment, he's just dealing in singles. He's letting Dan Christian on strike. Ryan 20 of 15. Dan Christian 19 of 8. Both batters have hit 2 4s and a 6. Indra Siri on his part has been good. 14 balls for just 11 runs. Just conceded 1 boundary, if my memory serves me right. Dan Christian on strike. Again, just looks to try and hit it away on the onside, but doesn't have the pace to do it. He finds the fielder. This man, Indra Siri, is a canny operator. I'll tell you, he carries loads and loads of experience. 500 plus first class wickets. He's bowled tons of overs. When I first saw him, he had a bit more hair in front.
Well bowled.
But I suppose with all the bowling and being exposed to the sun, he's starting to thin.
Well, if you've taken over 500 wickets in first-class cricket, you are a very, very seasoned campaigner, and he knows what to do with the cricket ball. Over 500 wickets, first-class, outstanding career.
These guys, they go and play league cricket in England, so they do play cricket around the year. So they have a lot of experience. They're exposed to different conditions, different types of players.
Well bowled.
What a brilliant over this is. He's just conceded 5 singles. Considering where the New York strikers are, at the rate they're scoring, the domination, you find Indra Siri coming on and just bowl 5 good deliveries, going for singles. Now he needs to finish it well. This is the 13th over, and Ryan will be the batter on strike. He can't get it away. It's just a single. This is a brilliant spell. He's bowled 18 deliveries for 15 runs, 155 for 3. Just look at those economies, everyone in double figures. But Indra Siri has just given away, gone at 5 runs and over, which speaks volumes of what he's done today. 18 balls, 6 dots and 15 runs. That is brilliant, and he's got a wicket. Cummins starts off with a single. I think they'll be happy with one because it's Christian. He's the one that needs to be having the strike for the New York Strikers, because he's the one that's moving quickly.
More to come.
Two fielders on the leg side boundary, long on and deep backward square. Well bowled. That has just held its line a little from Miguel Cummings.
Somehow get the feeling that that's a good delivery, let's come to that. And then just look at Cummings walking back. That was close to the off stump. I think Cummings is not 100%. He's limping a little bit. Miguel Cummings. Taken at extra cover or taken at wide bit off. Dilshan is the catcher. Dan Christian, the danger man. Cummings strike.
Well, this was there to hit for Dan Christian. Nowhere near where it should have gone, and he knows it. So Dan Christian, the captain for the New York Strikers, promised, delivered for a short time. 21, 156 for 4.
Gunratna is the new batter now. He's got 9 deliveries, 9 legitimate deliveries left in the innings. That's his record. His strike rate under 120, but he is a quick scorer. That strike rate may not suggest that, but we've seen him bat brilliantly for Sri Lanka. He's got 11 half centuries in his career. That's his style of play. He just keeps working the ball into gaps. Strong wrists. Gets off the mark with a single.
Dan Christian tried to hit this on the top of the bounce. It wasn't quite a half volley, but he lost his shape. Found Dilshan instead.
Now Dune Ryan, he needs to move on here. He needs to now start to be looking for boundaries. At the moment, just 2 4s and 1 6. 23 of 18. Down the ground, powerfully hit. That's Cameron White. It's only a single. This innings have seen 18 4s and 7 6s and 28 dots. The last 12 balls haven't seen a boundary here, Wilco. So they need a little bit more in terms of boundaries. Little chip into the gap at mid-wicket.
Keeper! No.
They'll be happy with one. Now they've got 11 runs of the last 11 balls. 159 for 4. For 4. Now Rahat Ali is the one who's been nominated to bowl the 4th over. Now take a look at these building blocks. Those last 2 overs, I said 11 of 11. Actually, I'm corrected. 13 balls for 11 runs. So that's how good Punjab Royal has been in those last 2 overs. They managed to pull it back a bit. Now, can this man, who had a brilliant first game, the last game that is, he's gone for 43 here, give a very good account of himself with his over. He's got 6 balls. Gunaratne on strike. Over the bowler. They may run away. It's done well in the deep. It's really done well. It's good work. Searles is the fielder.
Yeah, I think Javon Searles is fielding like a man possessed because he got the team off to such a poor start. I think he might have hurt himself here. He was so expensive with his first 2 overs. He feels he probably owes the team some runs. And this is a great effort. He has saved the boundary.
Now the current rate, the projected score is 170. Short ball. Swung away for 4. They needed a few like this. Gunaratne has provided it of the second ball of the last over.
It's a boundary they needed. First boundary in 15 deliveries. I'm not so sure that Rahat Ali needs to be bowling it there. He's now gone for 49. He's into his 4th over. So the field is set for that short delivery because there's 4 fielders on the leg side fence. No one saving a single. I'd rather be saying to Rahat Ali, pitch it up full as you can and I'll give you a long off and a long on.
What Dilshan and Rahat Ali's done is they brought in the square leg and pushed point back, so the plan would be to bowl straighter. So he's got a point. There's a deep extra cover, long off goes out, and now fine leg comes into the circle. And he's also got a short third, so now the line of attack will have to be on the off stump or outside. But be mindful of the third now. He's going wide and full, and that was in fact too wide. It's called a wide by umpire Bhuteja. Now it's just contrasting, isn't it, the way Rahat Ali bowled in the last game. He was extremely good, 2 for 23 I think in the last game, 2 for 21 of 24 balls, but here he's bowled 20 deliveries and gone for 50 runs and taken 2 wickets.
Yeah, you know, it happens, but I thought that was quite a bit severe too, that last shout for a wide.
Down the ground, has it cleared? I think it has. Great work by Asel Gunaratne. Good effort in the deep. But the York strikers are getting what they want from Gunaratne.
Well, this is some shot. This is because it's like a short arm jab.
Two is the call. 2 is the call. And they'll get 2. A remarkable performance here. I mean, he's from a mountainous experience where he was the most economical in the tournament. He's now gone to the valley. He's in a matter of 2 games, from a high he's hit a low. He's now become the most expensive bowler of the tournament, Rahat Ali. 2 contrasting outings. Still 2 balls to be bowled.
Well bowled, very well bowled.
That's a better delivery, only a single.
Yeah, Rahat Ali's gone for 59 in 3.5, so his day is markedly different from his first outing. 2 for 21 in his 4 overs. It's 24 balls, and this is looking a very daunting total already. 175 for 4 with 1 ball to go.
89 balls, 175 for 4. Current run rate 11.8. Dinarine on strike. Last ball of the innings. Done him, bowled him. He salvaged something, but I wonder whether that is good enough. 3 for 59 of 24 balls, that's pretty expensive. But New York strikers, another fantastic batting effort.
Well, it's just a swing and a miss here from Narayan. 175 for 5 in the 15 overs. Big total.
So 24 of 20, Narsingh Narayan is out. Strike rate is 120, a very good 175 for 5 of 90 balls, New York Strikers. This is match number 8 in the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024. Another sparkling batting effort. Right, time now to join Shefali and let's see whom she has.
Shadvik, we saw so many boundaries coming out from your bat. 73 of 33 balls and 8 4s, 6 sixes. Tell me, what did you eat in breakfast and lunch today?
I think last night I got a proper rest, but it was much better batting wicket today. And just hopefully that the guys can now come and finish off the game.
All right, 175 on the board. Looks positive and looks good. What is your strategy to defend the score?
The strategy would probably pick up some wickets with the new ball. If that doesn't happen, we'll try to restrict them for as low as total as possible.
All right, I wish you all the best. But tell me, you are from Jamaica. I know you love parties. Are you partying around here in Kandy? Are you enjoying Kandy?
Well, actually, I've been sleeping a lot. I'm still jet lagged, so I'm just in my room sleeping, trying to recover.
All right, I wish you all the very best for the second innings and recover fast. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
That was Shadvik. Back to the comms now.
So that's his secret. He's not partying, he's resting. So 175 for 5 is what New York Strikers got. It's a very, very good batting performance by the New York Strikers.
Chadwick Walton, 73 from 33. It was a blitzkrieg from him. Taramani went early in the proceedings. Narayan with his 24, Ricardo Powell 25, and a 21 from Daniel Christian, I should say, and then Gunaratne with 17. So everyone got in and got some runs apart from Taramani, but he got all his runs yesterday.
175 for 5 of 90 balls, 14 extras in that innings. Tirimana got out early, as you said, an opening stand of 23, but then take a look at the next 3. 56, 39 and 38 in quick time, and the Narayan and Gunaratne getting those 19 runs of just 10 deliveries. 175 for 5.
Yeah, the big surprise there, the number of runs conceded by Rahat Ali, 59 in his 4 overs. He did pick up 3 wickets, but he was expensive. Indra Siri bowled well, conceding just 18 from his 3 overs and a wicket apiece for Indra Siri and Cummins. So 175 for 5. The target is 176. 176 the target. That's what Punjab Royal need to chase. It's going to take some job to chase this down. 176 the target.
Two unbeaten sides playing against each other here today. The New York Strikers taking on the Punjab Royal. Match number 8 of the Legends Cricket Trophy for 2024, and it was the New York Strikers that won the toss and decided that they would have a bat first on what looked like very good batting conditions, and they certainly were. Chadwick Walton played absolutely brilliantly. He might have lost Lahiru Tirumana early after the heroics that Tirumana showed just the other day in getting 90, but Powell and Walton were unbelievable.
Yeah, their partnership was outstanding. 59 really quickly, a bit of swing early on, but it was really batting friendly, and they exploited those conditions perfectly. Powell really carved it up, and a wonderful little cameo he had, 25 or 15. But Walton just kept going on his merry way throughout the innings, and that was the end of Powell. Stumped Oja, bowled into Siri. He's been really one of their better spinners on display in this tournament so far. But that was the half century for Walton, showing us his massive biceps, how far he hits it.
Come on!
This was a really interesting moment in the game. Mustard backpedaling, and he was really close to that boundary rope, but adjudged to have taken a clean catch. And that was the end of Walton. Played a superb innings. They had a little lull in that middle period, just past the halfway mark. And then Dan Christian started opening up. He played a lovely little cameo, but dismissed for 21 of 12 deliveries. And unfortunately, Rahat, who's been one of their best bowlers, he went a long way in this innings. He got 3 wickets in the end. Gionaran swinging and missing, and that was his 3rd wicket. 4 overs, 3 for 59.
Yeah, an imposing first innings total here by the New York Strikers. 175 for 5. Walton was certainly the pick of them. 73 of just 33 deliveries, and I thought everyone else contributed nicely, all better than a runner ball. Powell, Gionaran and Dan Christian, and then Gunaratne right at the back end came in. He only faced 7 balls, but that 17 elevated them to this very imposing total.
Walton batted with 3 of the batters, but they were all successful. Got off to a really bright start with a loss to Tirumane. He was being positive at least, and his strike rate was still very good. 56 of 32 with Powell. Gionaran a little bit slower, but then Gionaran and Christian, 38 of 23, took them to the back end of the innings. Gunaratne, a lovely little cameo at the end. Partnership of 19 of 10 to finish. So a couple of ill-disciplined areas from the bowlers. 14 wides from them, not their best day at the office. Searles 17, over 17 to the over 3, with 59 for Rahat. Indra Siri, brilliant from him. Under a runner ball in these conditions, that was outstanding work.
Well, they've got a powerhouse batting side, the Punjab Royal, but they're going to need them all to fire here today, because this is a big one that they've got to chase down. Tilakaratne Dilshan and Naman Oja from India will have first hit against the new one. They got Dwayne Smith from the West Indies, who played very well in his half century the other day. Phil Mustard from England, from Durham, the north of England. Neil Broom comes into the side, but Tilakaratne Dilshan occupies a position he has so often, not only in franchise cricket but for his country, and a very, very impressive record.
Naman Oja, his opening partner, 1550s in his T20 career. Strike rate just under 120, was keeping behind the stump, so he'll be pretty aware of how the wicket is playing. It's played really well. A little bit of turn on occasion as we've seen earlier on, but this new ball is a wonderful opportunity for the batting side to pick up boundaries.
Tomika Prasad into the side for his for this game. And There's a little bit of swing for him. Now, this is where I think New York might be tested. No Udana, who's been absolutely brilliant in the opening 2 games, the big tall left armer from Sri Lanka. Prasad comes into the side. He has played 1 T20 international, doesn't have a wicket next to his name, but he does have 75 wickets in 25 test matches. There's a slip in place. Now, that's not the first time that we've seen the ball die in this pitch. You've got a lot to answer for, John Kent. You said that this was a batting paradise.
He was a bit of a loosener. I think he's still loosening up as Prasad, but he's just wobbling it around a touch there. But maybe the keeper should come up a touch. He's expecting a lot here from this veteran fast bowler. But a swing and a miss. Yeah, let's see how it goes. You're putting me under pressure here, boy.
Well, that stroke would say that you're right. They're away.
This just seemed to be played in slow motion. The bat just came through. Beautiful straight hit, nice seam position, you got to say, but just flat batted from a standing position. He didn't run at the bowler at all. He held his position, and that is the best place in cricket to hit the ball. Straight back over the bowler's head.
Cricket shots are looking more like golf swings. That'll be 4. Strays down the leg side.
They tried to start at leg stump and swing it away, and that just didn't come back. Just into those pads. Oja, as pretty much every Indian player that's ever existed, thrives in that region. Leg in the ring, so his margin for error very small, and slip comes out to mid-wicket now.
Now, why is that? Why, when you start the ball on off stump, it swings, but if you start the ball on leg stump, it doesn't swing?
Looking for the glory ball. We've seen many bowlers try the perfect outswinger, pitch leg, hit off, and hits the mid-wicket fence.
Squeezed out.
Funny that a lot of these bowlers have got these intricacies, no matter who's played with them. You've played with them, I've played with them, and funny how the same things always crop up. They go for the Yorkers, they go for glory balls, and I sometimes say, why don't you just keep it simple, try and get it through to the keeper. Keep it simple, see what you can do. There's some of the batting powerhouses sitting in the dugout. Cameron White on the right of screen. And full mustard on the left of screen. Wonderful catch from him earlier on.
Goes again. That's just over pitched, really. It's easy pickings here for Oja. He's got them off to the perfect start. 12 without loss after the first 6 deliveries. Smith from the West Indies, Anton Devcich from New Zealand, there's Cameron White from Australia, full mustard of England. Now here's a fella that I actually played with, Jerome Taylor, came across to England and played some county cricket for Leicester. Lovely man, and on his day he can actually get it through, and he's nippy because he's not a big tall man, tries to swing it out. Let's see how JT goes here. Oh, there's the outswing.
Oh, that's beautiful to watch. Have a look at that run up, smooth as silk. And then he gets through the creases. Well, look at that, action hasn't changed a bit. Absolutely wonderful stuff. Swing. It's like he hasn't left ever. He's back.
He came across to Leicester and he He built up a friendship with the ex-South African fast bowler Garnet Kruger. They were joined at the hip. Oh, this will be tight. This will be tight. Not even tight. That will be the one gone. That was a suicidal run. All Taylor had to do was hit, and he did.
Goodness me, we talk about athleticism in the first delivery. Second delivery, follows through, picks up that ball and throws the stumps down. Brilliant. Dilshan dropping it. Telling him it doesn't matter how quick OJ is, he was never going to get there for that. Look at that, straight to him. Good night. Sold down the river there, Oja. He's got to go for 12. 12 for 1.
Now this man played well the other day, half century, clean striker of the ball, successful career for the West Indies as well as the Mumbai Indians. Strike rate of 127. That's not bad at the top of the order, 127. Later on you start to see in the middle order get a 135, 140, but they don't have quite the same amount of runs. But all Jerome Taylor had to do was hit here because this was never a single. Namanoja knew that. Taylor didn't miss.
A number of West Indian battles, bat versus ball, in these games that we've seen in the past few days, and here's another one. Should be an intriguing battle. You mentioned Smith playing by Indians and over the years for the West Indies, and he really was a powerhouse at the top of the order on those grounds in India where he smashes it many a mile, and when he wants to hit it, tell you what, there's no holding back, that's for sure.
That'll be 4. Fine leg up in the circle.
He's off with a gallop. Lovely shot around the corner. Not trying to hit it too hard to start with, but talked about bowling those outswingers, starting at a leg stump and trying to hit off stump, and once again picked off behind square on the onside. Needed that boundary, just needing to keep up with the rate. It's 12-2 the over needed.
You talk about an experienced campaigner, Dwayne Smith. I was just doing some counting off air here to see how many teams he's played for over the course of his career, and he's touched the number 20. And then I thought, well, is that the most? So I did some more investigating, and I found one, Imran Tahir. How many teams has he played for? 58. You heard it first, and you heard it correctly. 58.
He still kisses the badge just for a short time.
Bat sliding down. No bat, but sliding down. End of 12, 17 for 1. Lovely evening here in Palakele, as has been all the evenings that the games have been going on. Yes, maybe a little bit hot, but That's just for the players, not for us here in the commentary box, where it's lovely and cool. Prasad will continue. He will be the only one that appeals, as that too is sliding down.
He's missed a few, angling into those pads, and just needs to get a little bit of bat on those, and that's likely to be a boundary. There's only one fielder out on the onside, and it's deep square leg. It looks like a better judge single this occasion. Dilshan, he's still on naught.
He's 0 for 1. The required rate's over 12 already. Work to be done. Work to be done. Too much for Jerome Taylor. This outfield is so quick.
Wondering if he's going to whip out the scoop, but they've got fine leg back, probably just for that very reason. This time. Whipped it though. That's some wrist work of note.
You're right. I mean, that's off around off stump. And he's got that behind square on the leg side. I think a lot of the fielders on the boundary have been fooled by the pace of the outfield. Bowled. Nicely bowled.
Dilshan just manoeuvring his way around the crease. That delivery. They've got a ring of fielders on the onside and a regulation fine leg and third man. He fancies walking across and whipping him over the onside right of screen with 3 fielders right. And their backs against the ring there. And this one falls back now. Third man up, so they want to protect that leg side boundary.
And that'll be a wide. That is a long wide. So we're talking about teams played for, and we came up with the 58 of Imran Tahir. Dan Christian, not as many, around about 20. However, the success that he has had is unbelievable. He's won over 7 tournaments with 7 different teams. Played in 11 finals. So if you want to win, get Dan Christian on your list. This will take some catching. This would take some catching. Oh, down it goes. Down it goes. And what makes matters worse is it's gone for 4.
The Grandholm. I thought he had that covered. He made the distance. He got there. He got underneath it. Hard bowled. Not so handsome. Got there. He was right underneath it. Straight through the hands, and I hit a boot and went for 4. Hit the midriff and went for 4.
He was confident underneath that. He really was. And that will be 4. That is the middle of the bat.
He's taking a bit of time getting himself off the mark. Now he's at 3 boundaries in 1 over. He's looking high, but he's hit it flatter. He looked quite high. He's looking up in the air. He thought he hit it for 6, but it's just the 4.
Right, Prasad's gone for a few this over. He went for a 4 off his second delivery, and then that wide down the leg side. Now back-to-back boundaries. This is the final delivery of his over. And that's flipped away, and that 2, oh, he's done well. That was a boundary for all money. So 18 balls gone, 32 for 1. Strikers 45 for 1 at the same stage. So Punjab a little bit behind here. But I tell you what, while Dilshan's at the crease, they won't panic at all. And he's just starting to find the middle of the bat. Taylor got some swing early on. Not quite where he wanted it, but I tell you what, that is a scoring zone of Tilakaratne Dilshan's.
Yeah, he's a difficult customer to bowl at, isn't he? He's got so much variety. Well, he knows it's going to go leg side somewhere, but such is the sweep and arc of his bat swing. He's got a chance of, well, he's got a large segment of the ground there, could have gone anywhere. Jerome Taylor. Don't have to scratch his head a bit here, but Dilshan has toyed with some of the greatest bowlers in the world in his prime, because he's quite an unorthodox player.
Nice adjustment there from Dilshan. Always looking for the most he can get off a single delivery. He was looking boundary, and the ball did not present itself in the area that he wanted. So he just knocked it down, easy single. Hence the reason he's a legend. Field changes now for Smith, deep third, and a deep square leg for Dilshan. There was 2 away on the leg side outside the 30-yard circle.
What an outstanding delivery this is. I think that's probably the ball of the match so far, because this is quite pacey. Good seam, and it's just darted away.
Now, when you and I played, Wilco, we would have just shouldered arms to that, nodded our head, well bowled. It was an almighty swing.
Some good variety here from Taylor. The one that went away, that deviated right to left away from the right-handed bat of Smith, and then the one that darts back. And what that does to a batter like Dwayne Smith, or any batsman, is that it just induces a little doubt, because you know that the ball is darting around in both directions.
Slow ball bouncer. Now that must have been tight. That must have been tight on the old wide there, because it was drifting down the leg side. Tell you something about Jerome Taylor. Now you've enjoyed the skill that he has on. You've enjoyed the outswing, the inswing. You've enjoyed the slow ball bumper. He has a Test match 100 to his name. 106 versus New Zealand in Dunedin. Jerome Taylor. Oh, wow.
Oh. I'm not sure you need to say anything. That has just been rifled through mid-wicket for 6. It's worth a 10, that. 44 for 1. The power play's done.
Yeah.
44 from the power play, 44 for 1. The blitzkrieg that we saw from the strikers saw them at this stage, after 4 overs, 64 for 1. So there's a 20-run difference But Dilshan is doing well here. Now, for the first time in the tournament, in this Legends Cricket Trophy, we're seeing the tall left-arm spinner Suleiman Ben. Big, tall Suleiman Ben. Probably the tallest spinner I think I've seen for a... Well, I'm not sure. I don't think of a taller one. But you see, he's got that great height advantage. 6'7" he is.
And also those long limbs helps him with that delivery, because he appears to be that much closer to the batter as he releases it. Now this might be taken. I think there is a field underneath it. Yes, he takes it. Kapugedara. He made it look very simple. This was tossed up. And well, Smith, he struggled 6 of 8.
So the Battle of Barbados between Suleiman Ben and Dwayne Smith has been won by the bowler. And he knew it straight away, Smith. All that Kapugedara had to do was steady himself. Good reverse cup catch. Bottom of the bat for Dwayne Smith, and no more from him. Smith's gone for 6 from 9, 44 for 2. New batsman is the New Zealander, the left-hander, the hard hitter Anton Devcic, who's always sported a luxuriant beard. A pretty decent cricketer over the years, Devcic, for New Zealand, for the Black Caps. 44 for 2 now. Punjab Royal, so they've got a lot of work to do here. The required run rate is heading towards 12.5 and over. That bat has seen some duty, isn't it? Patched up with some tape. And that'll be 4 to start for the New Zealander.
Quite a friendly delivery for Devcic. Just lovely back foot punch. Suleiman Ben dropping it short. Just look at him, just going deep in the crease, and hit it with a lot of power. Make him feel good. So he made 9 not out in the last game, but hasn't really had a long time spent in the middle. So these could be critical going forward for the Punjab Royal.
This is well bowled by Suleiman Ben. Dwayne Smith knew he hadn't connected well. Nice catch. That's the 50 up for the Punjab Royal. At this stage, the New York Strikers were 67 for 1.
This was the time New York Strikers were going like an express train. They were just taking every bowler apart, just hitting them to all parts of the ground. Upul Indra, of course, came in and steadied it a little bit for the Punjab Royal.
End of 5 overs, 30 balls, 51 for 2.
Only 5? Come here. Dio. No, you need one there or Benny. No, you stay you got point hunting now. Huh?
Dilshan holding things together here for Punjab Royal. He is the captain. Amanoja run out. John Smith has just gone for 6. Devsic has just come in. Colin de Grandhomme is the new bowler. Medium pace, can bowl a heavy ball, swings it when he wants to.
That time it looked an off break to me. But yeah, he would run in and bowl. When he played for New Zealand, did bowl in the late 120s to about a 130. Colin de Grandhomme.
What bowlers have worked out is that the variety of slower deliveries they can add to their repertoire, it gives them more options, and especially at, in the status of legends, you can bowl some slower balls, you're going to get more slower balls. You will get your Tino Bests and Fidel Edwards who bowl quick. Still, they're menacingly quick. But someone like de Grandhomme will want to use his slower balls. Slower ball, punished hard, 6.
See, I always believe that as a legend, I think a batter who's in the game, who's a little bit current, can be a tough proposition. That is a slower delivery, as friendly full toss. Dilshan still playing. I do believe he plays club cricket in Australia. He plays Legends cricket. Now could be trouble here. Could be trouble here. Dilshan's gone. There was a definite confusion, and that was a really poor communication. This is a massive wicket. The captain, Tilakaratne Dilshan, run out by a fair distance.
He's batting by himself.
It's the last thing that the Punjab Royal needed. Well, the batter has walked off. Dilshan is back walking up the stand. Why would you need to see that again? This is where cricket just misses a beat, in my opinion. He was 3 feet short. Don't need to see that. Dilshan's off the field and you waste time. But anyway, Dilshan has gone. He's run out. And that means Punjab Royal are in trouble here. 58 for 3. New man is Cameron White from Australia. So we've got an Aussie and a Kiwi to try and do battle here against the New York Strikers. I don't know how, but he's got away with that. It's gone straight through de Grandhomme's fingers.
He's just taking so much of pace off the ball. Now you could see that Devsic was waiting for it, and he was quick with the shot. He was through with it. The ball hardly arrived. So you're talking about the variety, the skill. So it's about taking pace off.
Six overs gone, 59 for 3. 60 for 3.
Just do one behind. Nah. No, you go ahead, man. All right, I'll do that one. How's this? Good to see you, buddy. You too, man. You are? Yeah. Right arm over.
The lights are on, and the most beautiful setting here, the Pallekele International Cricket Stadium. But I'm afraid that Dilshan has just been run out in a mix-up. The skipper went for 31. I'm going to see Asela Gunaratne to bowl. Bit of a mixture of everything I think we'll see from Gunaratne. Some seams, a bit of spin, some cutters. Cameron White's just come in, and the problem now is for Punjab Royal is that now that Dilshan's gone, there's 2 new batters, a restart, reboot, and that run rate is heading towards 13.5. It's gone straight up. Should be gone. Steady yourself. Take the catch. And that is the end of. Narayan is the catcher. And Cameron White's, his stay was a short one. Poor shot, this.
Yeah, now this is what Asela Gunratne could do. I mean, I think you assessed him perfectly, where he would bowl a mixed bag. Good catch by Dion Ryan. He would bowl a leg break, a cutter, seamer. That time it was the wrist spin. Cameron White couldn't read it. Good catch taken. Out for one. 60 for 4. Punjab Royal.
Nice, you hung up that one, boy. You're making love to that ball there. Nice. You hung up that one, boy. Make some love with it. It's a little bit slow. Yeah, but I mean, like, Papa, yeah.
New man in is Neil Broom from New Zealand. 160 T20 matches, 3,600 runs, strike rate of 122. He's got a century on that card as well. So we've got 2 Kiwis batting. Cameron White.
Come.
This has come out almost like a leg break, but there's nothing in it. Cameron White, his eyes lit up, and he thought he hit it over long off, and he found Dion Narayan at cover, so not the best way to go, and his stay was very short. 61 for 4. They're struggling. Punjab Royal. Oh, hello. It spun.
See, this is the danger if you let bowlers like Asela Gunaratne just bowl at you. You need to go on and look to attack him, try and let him bowl defensively rather than look to go with his tricks. When he's on song, this is what he would do. Oh, that's a good shot. That's 4. That's Devsich. But what he would do is he would look for his leg breaks, the cutters, but as soon as he's been pushed into a defensive role, he'll start bowling seam. He wouldn't come up with his variety. So at the moment, he's bowled 5 deliveries, conceded 5 runs and got a wicket. So Devsich finding the gap at mid-wicket, that's a good blow.
Yeah? Like that.
Balled him straight through with the one that turns and straightens a little bit. And the wickets are tumbling here. Devsich looking to swing it around leg side, pays the price.
Well, that was, I think, the off break. He was looking to try and cut the ball, roll his fingers around it, didn't spin, but didn't come on as well. Devsich goes. 12 of 9. Now Punjab Royal of 42 balls are now 65 for 5.
BP! All good? All good. All good, youngster. The 8:30.
Phil Mustard, the new man in, and 5 down now Punjab Royal. Suleiman Ben. Well, Neil Broom is the New Zealander, but the required rate now over 14 and over. Too many wickets have gone down. Here's Phil Mustard, good strike rate, heading towards 4,500 runs in his T20 career. Hasn't got 100 on there, but 22 50s Of course, this is 15 overs per innings, not 20. That's where the players have to recalibrate and make adjustments. This is the end of the match.
See, just looking at the game,
one
thought before the game started that these two teams look the best teams in the tournament. You expected a tighter game. And now, sadly, this effort, I don't want to talk too soon, but it appears to be a foregone conclusion. It appears to be a little bit one-sided.
All right.
Much against the expectations when the game started. Goal. See, this is what I mean about Sulman Ben. His limbs, long hands, and he can push it through. And the arm speed would get that ball quickly. And the length he bowls, he's not somebody who looks to flight the ball, but he tends to bowl it a little bit briskly.
Oh, yes.
Maybe having said that, that last ball he looked to loop it, but with that height, Wilco, how does he do that? Because with that, he'll have to be really looping it at 6-7.
Yeah, well, he gets good revs. You know, he does turn it over the years. So we've been watching him. He gets good revs on the ball. So clearly his advantage is that he's so tall. Such an advantage to come down from that height.
I like the pace he's bowling. Not easy to get after him. He's now bowled what? 11 balls for 8.
Nicely picked up.
A lot of sweepers out here, Ben. A lot of sweepers out here, Ben.
67 for 5. 8 overs have gone. 48 of the 90 have been used up. 42 left. And it's going to be a timeout.
Well, the New York Strikers are dominating proceedings. A couple of boundaries early on for Namanoja. One over the bowler's head. One down to fine leg, and then the suicidal single from Tilakaratne Dilshan. Direct hit from Jerome Taylor, and that was the end of Namanoja. There was a lot that was expected of Dwayne Smith, and along with Dilshan, they started to build a partnership. Dilshan was brutal on anything short. He is very inventive, the Sri Lankan all-rounder. Dwayne Smith undone by his countryman, Ben.
And then Tevsic got off to a good start, and Dilshan kept going, but just couldn't out, and that was another suicidal run out. That's been the downfall for him. And then this one, Cameron White gone, and the New York Strikers have really pulled this thing through. And dev switch, he's bowled now by Gunaratne. And it's going to be a tough call because they need another 109 from 42 and they're 67 for 5.
Play. Start. Play.
Yeah, this fella's been superb again. 2 for 5. Broom and Mustard at the wicket together. Broom, the right-hander from New Zealand, Mustard, the left-hander from England. You would think that this is their sort of last hurrah here. Don't have a huge amount of batting to come. Radali, Miguel Cummins, Javon Searles, Upal Indrasiri. That'll take some catching. Oh, they've been good in the field as well. They really have. They've been good with bat, they've been good with ball, they've been exceptional in the field. Colin de Grandon.
Well, if you really look at it, HD, that I think New York Strikers look the most strongest side of the entire tournament. If you look at the depth they have, once again, look at the bit of fielding. Again, another back of the hand delivery. It was well placed at one time. Broom might have felt that he got it into the boundary, but that's a good effort, very good effort. He's a big lad and did very well to get down. Yeah.
You talk about the depth of the strikers, the fielding side, New York Strikers. 5 changes to their team. They go 2 from 2, make 5 changes, and they're on the brink of going 3 from 3. So the squad depth, immense. And in this competition, you feel as though it is the team with the depth in squad that is going to go the furthest, because games come thick and fast. Teams have sometimes got 3 games in 3 days. And that's the reason why we're seeing some of the players rested. Tonight, Yuvraj Singh not playing.
How costly is those 2 run-outs for the Royal team when you're chasing a big total?
That's firmly struck by the Colonel. Mustard with a boundary to end the 54th delivery. 75 for 5. Well, that tells the story. They've lost plenty of wickets and they're well below the required rate. That required rate now is nearly, well, it's touching 17 to the over. Now Dan Christian has been brought on to have a little bowl. A little grunt there from Broom. The understanding that he had to create all that power because you couldn't time the ball, there was no pace on it.
That's what Christian will do, isn't it? He'll take pace off the ball, he'll mix things up, and it'll be very difficult for batters to get him away, especially on these surfaces. Now this is the depth that strikers have in their bowling. They're using their 6th bowler.
Toe in. Just a reminder that 1 bowler is allowed to bowl 24 balls, which is the equivalent of 4 overs. Whether they choose to use that option or not remains to be seen. He split the 2 in half.
Very well placed. A much welcome boundary for the Punjab Royal team. Broom getting into the act on that occasion again. Fingers rolled over. But he waited on that Broom and got it away for a boundary.
Yes, come back.
Might get two here.
Up.
Oh, that's good running.
Handbrake up, handbrake up.
Well, actually, it will be very important on how the Royal team ends up, isn't it? The maximum runs they can get, because each team plays one each other. So these net run rates, a little bit of calculations might come in handy, because there's only 2 teams that qualify for the final.
Just reminds me so much of Michael Di Venuto, the Australian Neil Broom. Just the facial features. Although Di Venuto's a left-hander. Nicely bowled. So a single will end the 10th over. 60 balls have been bowled. 84 for 5. So next up here at the Palakkele International Cricket Stadium, the Rajasthan Kings taking on the winless Colombo Lions. Opportunity in the deep. Out.
Nothing's going Punjab Royal's way at the moment. Another wicket falls. Suleiman Ben trying to clear that, but only finds Siriman in the deep. Safe as house, as they call it. And that's the end of Neil Broom. He goes for 12. It's 84 for 6.
Javon Searles, the new man from the Caribbean. Now we're into the bowlers with a run rate required of 20.
Sorry, left arm round.
It's his first game, Suleiman Ben, and he's already in the wickets.
There you go again. Broom trying to get underneath that one. Not really getting in enough on the bat. There you go. This time it's Johan Sales. He comes into the party. They need a lot more of those. They definitely need a lot more of those.
Well, that's handy. Walk to the wicket, have a little sighter, and then hit one out the ground. Oh, the stroke was an afterthought.
Maybe he was wondering whether to leave it or play it. Then the last minute, getting his bat down. But they need to clear the boundary. They need to have a big overs But at the moment, this is he was in two minds.
Well, I think what they need to give some thought to is taking this batting power play. So the batting side can take a power play of 6 deliveries after the 10th over, so that's after 60 balls, where there will be some fielding restrictions imposed on the fielding side. 3 men will be allowed outside that 30-yard circle, and they better take it while they still have batters. It's hit very hard. Wow, he's hit that well. Where's this man been?
There you go. A little bit of width given, and he just smacks that through the cover region. It's not easy to play those strokes, but that's just smacked through extra cover. Kapagedara just couldn't get that. It's the end of the over. It's 96 for 6.
They've got to get a move on, Punjab. Gunaratne's brought back into the attack. He's bowled 12 balls, gone for just 13 runs. He's been successful twice. But there is boundaries that are required, and still Punjab do not take the batting power play.
Surprising when you got your 2 batters in. Best is to go for it.
No.
And Sales, he struck a few lusty blows.
Unfortunately, that's not going to win it. That's not going to win it. The required rate now 22 every 6 balls and over.
They needed 20 from each over when this over started.
Mustard's find some vacant land out towards mid-wicket. And Jerome Taylor's knees just didn't quite help there as that ran away for 4.
Well, be glad he took a little time to get down on that. And it's a welcome boundary for Mustard and the Punjab Royal. There you go.
There's the wicket. There's the wicket. He's such a crafty campaigner, this man, Gunaratne, and he's now got a 3rd. And it's Phil the Colonel Mustard.
There you go. It's very slow through there. And I think Mustard was into the shot much too early than he expected. He departs at 14. It's 102 for 7.
Upal Indrasiri, better known for his bowling, and the strike rate tells you that. T20 career strike rate of under 70, and they've got a score at 23 runs to the over. So he's going to have to play in innings that he's never played before. right here, right now. Here's the wicket of Mustard.
Yeah, he was looking to clear mid-wicket, but again, very slow through the air. He was into the shot far too early.
Oh, what a delivery that is. The bounce and the turn. How he doesn't have another wicket, you'll never know.
Where did that come from?
Brilliantly bowled. 72 balls bowled, 102 for 7.
Powerplay.
It's time out in the centre for the batting power play. The problem is the partnership is 0 off 1, so this batting pair have just got together. Searle's 12 off 6, he's hit some lusty blows. But who have they turned to bowl in this batting power play? Damika Prasad. He'll be bowling his third set of 6, none for 27 so far. Required rate just under 25 to the over, so the whole of the offside field is up in the ring, as well as the short fine leg. 3 fielders allowed out.
I think the Punjab Royal has got it all wrong. Just calling for the batting power play at a time when they're 7 down. And we do know that Upulindra Siri doesn't really have too much of credentials as a batter. He's more left-arm spinner. So it also tells you that they don't have much left in the tank. So why weren't they not looking to try and break free and get that momentum up a little bit when there were more recognized batters at the crease? Because they had the option of taking it immediately in the 11th over.
Well, they've just lost those wickets all too regularly. The second wicket for 44, third for 58. The fourth and fifth at 60 and 65. So they really, middle order, just kept losing wickets every step along the way. So they've never really been able to build up any momentum in this batting innings. And chasing a big score, you need to get off to a bright start. And then the second criteria is having wickets in hand. And they just haven't had it.
See, also, I'm not sure whether they contributed to their cause, especially with those 2 run-outs. Both openers run out, Oja and then Dilshan running himself out. Dilshan in particular looked good. Oja looked very good in the first over, getting 12 off 6.
Time to go down to here a little bit from Monty Panesar.
Thank you, Cons. Well, I have Monty Panesar with me from Punjab Royal. Monty, your team looks in a difficult situation right now. Looking at the target, lost early couple of wickets. And what do you have to say about the situation right now? Because we couldn't see any big partnership as well. Because partnership wins matches.
Yeah, look, I think, you know, the New York Strikers, they were absolutely brilliant. You know, they kind of like put so much pressure on us. They got 20 runs above par, and then we kept on going hard. And obviously, you know, kept on losing wickets at a constant, you know, rate. So we've been behind the pressure. You know, this game has obviously been difficult for us. So hopefully, you know, we can get something out of it, get these batters who are left, try and bat out until the 90 balls, and then look forward to the game tomorrow.
Yes, talking about the 90 balls format, I've seen you playing a lot of these Legends Leagues nowadays. Tell me, how do you evolve with such kind of a format? Because this is new, this is pacey, this is quick.
Yeah, look, I think it's a really good concept, and it's something, you know, new, you know, 90 ball cricket, and I think it's gone down really well, you know, amongst all the legends here, and it's something that I think excites everyone because the strategy is slightly different. You know, you have the 5 overs and you have the 1 over power play, and I think any team in the 90 balls get a score of maybe 160, 170. That's very difficult to chase on here.
All right, tell me about your time in Sri Lanka. Are you enjoying Kandy?
Candy's, yeah, absolutely brilliant, absolutely loving it here. The weather's, brilliant. Back home in the UK, it's I think 5 degrees and it's really miserable. So I'm glad to be, out of London here, enjoying the weather, enjoy the hospitality, and also, the people here, they're so friendly, they're loving their cricket as well. So it's a great venue, to have this tournament in Kandy.
All right, thank you so much, Monty. I hope you have a great time over here. I'll go back to the comms now.
Terrific shot down the ground for 4. And that is the end of the over, 112 for 7.
That's they are taking the photo.
Photo?
Yeah, photo. Yeah. Photo.
Looking young, eh? Eggs are young ones.
Gunratna bowling the 4th and the final over assigned to him. He's the bowler that has been allowed to bowl 4 overs. 3 for 20 of 20 balls. Well, at this stage, now their requirement is a ridiculous 41 runs. I mean, that's impossible. You can never write off. You can never arrive at a conclusion. But this is just a little bit too obvious. Gunratna has bowled 21 deliveries, 9 dots. Oh, this is interesting.
Get around,
Will this be taken? It won't be. But he'll get a single. Now he can do that. I've seen him bat. He's good with the sweep. He'll look to play the slog. But those are generally his go-to shots.
Well, he's certainly come down and shown some good intent during his brief stay. But he said this game is going to be a really cracker to watch. Both sides are unbeaten going into this game. And I must say, Gunratna is a standout performer here with the ball every game.
See, again, what is so good about him is you let him bowl, he'll just keep running rounds around you. He just keeps throwing up his variety. But you look to attack him from ball 1, then things start to change a bit. I think what the Punjab Royal did was they tried doing that. But the point is, Gunratna was too crafty.
As he's done it again. What a brilliant spell today from him. 3 for 22, score 115 for 7.
Right down, coming around.
115 for 7. We're down to the last over. And they need 61 runs of 6 balls. Jerome Taylor would bowl to Upul Indrasiri. 3 of 5. Searles have made 22 of 14. The last 30 balls have been just 40 runs of 2 wickets. Gets the healthy edge, really healthy edge. It ran away, rushed to the boundary. That's a good start for Indrasiri.
Tell you what, he swung hard at this. The extra pace of the ball just took it behind him. Jerome Taylor certainly has some pace, and looks almost as if it came off the toe end. the way it went down to third man, leaning back, trying to flay it over extra cover. That extra bit of pace rushed onto him.
Don't look for too much of feet movement here from Indrasiri. His bat will be moving. That's what he does well. Oh, good fielding. Very good fielding. I think it's Dan Christian. He's at extra cover. It was hit really hard. That bat came down well and met that ball with the full face of the bat.
Wonderful shot that. Really. And that man there, the skip for today, got the old long barrier out. Old school. Don't mind seeing that. And I must say, though, that the strikers have been excellent in the field. They've thrown themselves around a lot more than I expected. They're really acting each run as gold here today. And at the end of the tournament, you think run rates and those things can come into play, and every run counting for them at the moment. But a big win here in the making tonight.
It's a dominating win. They virtually dominated this game, dominated the Punjab Royal, not just with the batting. You spoke about their fielding, and what about their bowling? I mean, it's been a good effort. I mean, some outstanding efforts. If you look at Gunaratna, you spoke about 3 for 22. Ben 2 for 21 off 3. Jerome Taylor now into his 15th delivery, conceded just 21 runs. So it's been a good effort. It's a good side, the New York Strikers. Don't forget, they got 5 men sitting out.
I was just going to say that. Yuvraj Singh sitting on the side. Peterson was out the side. Pradeep. Siru Udana. He's taking it easy tonight. He checked bowling with his wrist position there. Yuvraj throwing the ball around as well. Chaminda Voss, the back right, the legendary left-arm fast bowler. I mean, he took a hat-trick in Peter Maritzburg, World Cup, first 3 balls of the game.
Done him. Well, you couldn't have expected much more. Searles was looking to go over mid-on, and that's all. Those were the options available to him. There was no point in looking to block or survive. Jerome Taylor was going full and hit that middle stump. His head up in the air. He was swinging to mid-wicket. He was never going to connect it. It was only one man that was connecting it, and that was Taylor.
Searles gone for 22. The Royals now 120 for 8.
So Rahat Ali comes out to face the last delivery of the innings of the 90th ball, with Punjab Royal nowhere close to that 175 for 5. They're well short of their target, in fact. This is another big win for the New York Strikers. They seem to be making a habit of it. Their first 2 outings, they won quite convincingly, and they're on the road to win this 3rd game. Rahat Ali manages to sky it over the bowler's head. He'll be happy with a single, and New York Strikers have just recorded the biggest win of the Legends Cricket Trophy 2024 Season 2 by winning or beating the Punjab Royal by 54 runs.
Dominant performance. He'll be very pleased this evening with his charges. Dan Christian, he had 1 over to bowl this evening himself, but he led the troops well, and they made many changes, as you mentioned. 5 changes from their previous couple of wins, and they're still on that winning trend. They really are sitting pretty at the top of the log now. Both these sides unbeaten before they started. But now Punjab are going to have to really go back to the drawing board. This team really did struggle today at the top order. New York Strikers confidently winning again, and a comfortable win over Punjab Royal by 54 runs.
a dominant performance by the New York strikers, and they're just showing us how good they are. They got a good mix of players, good blend, and a very good bench to call on. As far as Punjab Royals, they struggled with both openers run out early, with Oja in the very first over, and then Dilshan making 31, and nobody else really in the middle order able to stand up and take on the bowling of New York strikers. So eventually a dismal 121 for 8 of 90 balls.
So this is where they had all the problems here. No partnerships to speak of. 32 of 19 between Dilshan and Smith. Decent rate they were scoring at, but there was just nothing else to follow. Nothing more than 19 thereafter. So a pretty dismal performance with bat in hand. Having a look at some of the bowlers, they all performed amicably. Damaka coming in a little bit in the expensive side, but Taylor, his first game with a wicket. Ben, excellent as well with his first appearance in the tournament. And then Gunaratne, the ever reliable, 3 for 22 with 11 dots. A wonderful evening with ball in hand from him.
Well, they started off well. This was Oja. He looked very good. Started looking to go after the Dhammika. Got boundaries. Wasn't afraid to go over the top. And then, this was in the second over. He was run out by a huge margin. I thought that was a massive blow as far as the Punjab Royals were concerned. And also, Smith wasn't his usual self, but Dilshan was looking to try and break free. The pull shot was on. He latched on to anything short. He was dragging balls from outside the off stump and played some really good shots. But then what about Smith? Was never really in today, caught in the deep.
That was a huge wicket. Ben, the man to pick him up. We saw a couple of shots all around the wicket. Dilshan once again heaving it on the onside. And here we go, another problem. A run out. 2 run outs really in this innings. The worst possible timing. Cameron White trying to heave one, but it only heaved it into backward point's hands. Dionaran taking the catch. Gunaratne was in the midst of a good spell here. He spoke about his 3 wickets, and that was one of them. Devsech trying to sweep it. Got the old broom out, but did not work. And this was Broom himself, holding out. Really good fielding display tonight from the strikers. They were excellent in all departments, bat and ball. And one just a slower delivery. Really teased him with that one. Gunaratne with his off spinner. He's 3 for 22. Once again, the standout performance, and a bit of fight from the tail was all in vain, really. Searles trying to heave one away, and the strikers victorious once again. High fives all round. Victorious team. Well played this evening.
Quick look at the match summary. It was a convincing win with New York strikers making 175 for 5, Bolton making 73, and Punjab Royal just 121 for 8, with strikers winning quite comprehensively by 54 runs.